streaming. One more streaming. One more streaming for YouTube. There we go. There goes Pillow. So we go here. X that. Then we go here like this. 5, 4, 3, 2. Oops. Like this. Eyes open. Episode number 232 of the Left Hand Labs podcast is live. What's shaking, y'all? This is the 32. Let's say this is the... Let me move the microphone so y'all can hear me. This is the OJ Mayo episode. OJ Mayo, we're number 32. That's the first person I could think of. Magic Johnson. Yo, it's crazy. I wonder who I picked for 132 and for number 32. It's always going to be somebody. Sometimes it'll be somebody the same. I don't know. Regardless, it's 1:07 a.m. We started doing it on Monday so people can be here in the chat and shit like that. But then when you look, you see the chat is ready to display messages, but it's never nobody in the messages. You feel me? So why not just do it at night? Eventually, we'll move. We'll figure this shit out. I'm telling you, if we get this shit like how I want it to be, then we'll do this shit in the middle of the day type shit. Where it just watch, you'll see. But until then, we just gonna wake it sometimes. The way we can increase, the popularity of the podcast is y'all gotta follow the podcast on social media at Shop Heirlooms, ShopHeirlooms, and then you gotta follow the podcast on the YouTube. The YouTube is there, and because that's where it's gonna pop at first. It's gonna be YouTube, and then once we get it rolling over there, then that's when it's going. You feel what I'm saying? It's gonna be a continuation. It's just gonna be a domino effect. So subscribe to the YouTube, Shop Heirlooms on YouTube, and make sure y'all rate and review on the iTunes podcast app. That's hella instructions. It seems like, but it's not. It's not OD. Trust me. So this is the OJ Mayo episode number 232. The NBA Finals. We're gonna talk about the last game. Boston had a chance to win the finals. It was over. We're gonna talk about Steph Curry, his legacy. I had to explain what was going on and why he wasn't a top 5 point guard of all time last episode. But this episode, we can just talk about the series subjectively. You feel what I'm saying? And we will do that. And I want to talk about fantasy because I'm in a real conundrum right now. But we'll talk about it. And before we get any further, and you know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about Tyreek Hill. Tyreek Hill had an episode had a podcast. He got a new podcast, and I talked to a Chiefs fan about what he was saying. Temp did not agree for some reason. Like this is his interpretation of what went on. He was there, but niggas didn't want to agree. What jersey is this? You see the 7? You see the Falcon? What is this? This Mike Vick. But let's get the sponsors out the way so we can go into this episode. This podcast is sponsored by Shop Heirlooms, Premier Vintage Goods and Memorabilia. You can follow the shop as well as the podcast on all social media at Shop Heirlooms, ShopHeirlooms. It's plenty new wave at the shop. It's always going to be new wave at the shop. And it's old wave too. You got to come and see what's here. You never know. It's always something. It's 100% guarantee. You leave here like, damn, that was really fire. I really wanted whatever it is that you bought. Every time. The shop is open every day. 12:30 to 7 o'clock p.m. All you got to do is come slide. And if you can't make it down to the shop, you can always go at the website, www.shopheirlooms.store. Next day shipping on every order unless you order on Saturday. Post office closed on Sunday, so you got to wait till Monday. Sponsors out of the way. Asked y'all to rate and review. Let's go into the intro music and then get started. Channing Frye and David Lee. These was my Knicks. Y'all don't understand this. These was my Knicks that I grew up with. Moise Keane, It just ain't been working out. I don't know why. I thought he would ill with us. Pogba coming back, though. Look at David Lee, Jamal Crawford, Zach Randolph. Yo, these were amazing times. Isaiah Thomas knew what he was doing. He was bringing cats through. Oak Tree and Pat. Come on now. Intro music right here.
I used to roll me a big fine L and watch a whole lot of basketball and Seinfeld. Aside from my fish scale clientele, there are a few things I know as well as basketball and Seinfeld. 40 carats, phrases, 40's parrots. Mimic the style, you get embarrassed. Ditch the filthy habits. In a limousine, every limousine covered in supply fabrics. Still wreaking havoc for them cash that will rob you for your pack. Back when Robert Pack was a maverick who had chicks to give wavy wop. It's not trading cards when I say your shorty gave me tops. Teeth look like chiclets, big and white like Rick Smith's. I'm at my Travis best. The rest is average at best, and this that land bias in its purest form. Word is Bon Jovi, word is Sean. If you don't recognize it, you respond. Catch a bigger bullet than George Marathon. Ric Flair with the chops. And they thought he's gonna flop. Finally back on the top. I already made it to the finals playing with Sagana Job.
Still serve you that Will Perdue, you heard? Yo, let's cut straight to the chase. I don't like Draymond Green. I think we talked about that last episode. He's very disrespectful, Draymond Green. He's very disrespectful and rude. He told y'all it was cool to disrespect Paul Pierce. He keep talking about, and yo, Mayor keep defending this man, Draymond Green, for some reason. Why? I have no idea. The whole basketball world knows that Draymond Green is not playing well, including himself. But Mayor is reading me stats about Draymond Green guarding Jaylen Brown, who's killing this series, and like I don't understand. Sometimes, man, it's ridiculous. Draymond Green sucks. You fucking suck, Draymond Green. And the world is seeing it. You're a product of a system. But when you're on the floor, it's really fucking 4-on-5. For real. Offensively. He had 8 assists. He's going to get assists because of the system. It's not even like you hunting system. It's just a product of a system. You feel what I'm saying? That's what his role is. And he just passing it to fucking Steph Curry, dribble handoff. You're gonna get 8 assists because he's gonna hit mad shots. And you advance the ball, and they advance into a jump shot, not a layup. You're gonna get mad assists. He's not playing well at all. He's playing horribly. His mom said, "This is not my son. Who the fuck is this? Is this Space Jam? Y'all put Draymond in Space Jam? Is this what happened?" He's getting the basketball gods will never smile on you when you don't respect the history and you don't respect the people that came before you, and he doesn't. He thinks he's something that he is not, and is getting exposed, and I can't wait till tomorrow. Let's talk about last game. Boston had the series won. The series was won. They had the series won. If they won last game, they were going to win the NBA championship. They might win now still, though, because they've smoked the games in every series except for the Nets series. They've smoked games and had to be a game 7. So whoever wins this next game, it's going to be crazy. It really is going to be crazy. It might go to 6 or 7. It really might. It really might. We'll see what happens. Last game, Steph Curry had what we might have to consider his signature game. This is a signature game for his career. A game where he ensured victory from the beginning to the end. And you got to give it up. All praises due. Now, you'll find tweets of me saying, I wish we would have drafted him instead of Jordan Hill. Like, I really wanted the Knicks to. Let me tell you a story about that draft day. I was at GameStop, Livingston Mall. This is where I used to work at back in the day. Young man. I'm watching. No. I'm at work. I'm on the clock. iPhones was out back then, strangely enough. Like, 2010? When was that draft? 2009? I don't remember when that draft was. 9 or 10. When was Steph Curry's draft? Was that Tyreek Evans and Johnny Flynn and all of them? That's like 09 draft, right? Yeah, 09, I'm going to say. I had an iPhone. I think. But I told everybody, do not tag me. Don't tell me who the Knicks pick. I'm not looking. I turned notifications off. I said I want to get home and click on the TV and see it says Steph Curry. And I remember avoiding, you know how difficult it is with Twitter and all that shit, even back then, to avoid the news. I avoided everything. And I said, okay, I'm going to really see what's going on. Bam, we draft fucking Jordan Hill when I get home. Imagine the disappointment. One pick away from Steph Curry gets picked. Whatever. I don't hate Steph Curry, but I hate the shit that y'all say about him. Rich Riley Ray, I used to argue with cats. Steph Curry better than Michael Jordan. Steph Curry better than this person. Steph Curry better than that person. He's not that. That's not flying. All that is, we cut that shit out. And I'm going to forever argue against that. He's not no top 5 point guard. He's not the top 10 best player ever. He's not none of that shit. He's not. I'm sorry. But what he is a solid player, and he's doing what he got to do. This series especially, he's showing me, because he hasn't had a finals where it was like, yo, Steph Curry is him. It always was somebody else on his team that was like, oh yeah, this person is having an amazing final, or somebody from the other team. He's looking like, okay, he's taking over. He took over this series, and he's been illin'. He has. You can't take it from him. You can't. He's been illin'. My prediction for tomorrow, though, I think that Boston is going to win, and then they're going to win the championship in Boston. That's what I'm predicting, because I remember I predicted Boston to be in this position, pause, all the way in, was that April or May? I don't remember what month it was, but at the end of the season. I mean, at the end of the first round of the playoffs. I'm just saying. So let's see what happens. I don't know. Tyreek Evans has a new, not Tyreek Evans, Tyreek Hill, I'm sorry, has a new podcast. It's called, I don't know what it's called, I'm sorry. It's not like y'all need me to promote that shit anyway. I'm sure enough people listen. Nobody's in the chat. Don't worry. Tyreek Hill has a podcast. On the podcast, he says, because you know he's now a member of my Miami Dolphins, and I'm trying to find a way, to get Tyreek Hill over to the Morgan State Bears in the S&P Fantasy League in Dynasty and Fantasy Football. We had our rookie draft. I traded Dalvin Cook and Christian Kirk for the number 1 pick and the number 2 pick. First round pick and the second round pick. And I got Brees Hall from the Jets, who should be a franchise running back now. And I forgot who I got with the second. I got Drake London with my pick, and then I forgot who I got in the second round. But I had a nice draft. I feel like I got Malik Willis. That's who I got. So I'm ready to move Alvin Kamara. I think I'm gonna have to in order to get Tyreek Hill. Even though a wide receiver at 28, he probably got a couple. But I'm gonna just have somebody from the Dolphins. You feel what I'm saying? Because I got nobody now. I traded Gesicki and Pittman and got Kyle Pitts, which was an amazing trade for me. Amazing. Who gives a fuck? I got the best tight end probably in fantasy and in the NFL in a couple years. So I'm cool with that. I was watching some Kyle Pitts highlights the other day. Sheesh. I got him and Drake London. We moving and shaking over here in Miami and at Morgan State. I'm an unofficial Morgan State alum because I went there and I would have graduated, but I didn't get a chance to go. I was enrolled in everything, but long story. Anyway, so Tyreek Hill got a podcast. On the podcast, he talked about why he left Kansas City and came to Miami. How that happened. Now, you tell me what you think about this. I'm just gonna tell you what he said. You think what you want. First things first. When talking about leaving Kansas City, he said he did not want to leave. He told them, "I want to be here." Andy Reid asked him. He said, "Yeah, I want to be here in Kansas City." So you could cut the narrative on because Tim said he's becoming a bitch now and that he's a diva and all that shit. Nah, that's contradicting what was said. He said he told him he wanted to be there. He said he felt like he was underutilized. Imagine the numbers he had and he would feel like he was underutilized. That's crazy. So he feels like he was underutilized and he feels like maybe because they want to suppress his value. Who knows? We don't know. You feel me? That's a baseless accusation. But he said he felt like he wasn't used enough. And he said so he told them after Devontae Adams got that deal when he went to the Raiders, he told him like, yo, y'all don't even got to give me 30. Give me 25. You feel me? Give me 26. I'll take 26, 25. They didn't offer him that. And so he's like, now at this point, it's not even about the money. Y'all don't respect me enough. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all not treating me like I'm Tyreek Hill. Like I make shit easy for Mahomes and for Kelsey because I'm stretching the defense out. You feel what I'm saying? Which makes complete sense. He's an all-pro. He's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. And he has been since he's been in the league. You feel me? And then he said, Andy, and you know, this is what he said. He said, They wanted maximum return. They wanted $30 million kind of return for him, but they wouldn't give him $30 million or 25. So, I mean, that tells you a lot about how shit goes for the athletes. You feel me? You can't be upset if somebody want to go if the team is not treating him like what he's worth. He said he don't care about the accolades or how he's viewed by the media or outside of the locker room. He said he wants the organization to treat him with the respect. That's what he wants. He said Kelsey and Mahomes could be the face for all he cares. He don't care about that. He wanted to be treated like he's Tyreek Hill. How can you not respect that? You feel what I'm saying? But then he said then his grandfather was had prostate cancer and he was getting surgery. And he told him sometimes like, yo, I gotta leave this week or some shit like maybe he's miss practice. I don't know. But they gave him a hard time about that. He said in Miami, Mike McDaniel be like, yo, go ahead, do your thing. You feel me? We'll see you when you get back. Which is how it should be. At the end of the day, as long as you him, then then we not gonna treat you like them. Bill Parcells, it's a famous story. Who told the story? I forgot. Well, Bill Parcells or somebody was like, somebody told him like, yo, you treat what's the name was sleep in the joint or whatever, and he's like, yeah, nigga, you not him, you them, you some shit like that. It's a funny story. I don't know who said it, but I don't know. But I'm just happy to have Tyreek Hill in Miami in Dynasty. I'm telling you, if y'all play fantasy football, fantasy basketball, if you haven't started that yet, I highly suggest that you give it a shot. It's amazing. It's the illest. You feel what I'm saying? Get you your teammates or your group mates that you always in fantasy leagues with, and have a dynasty one and have a redraft. That's what we do, and it's amazing. I'm trading Kamara. I traded Dalvin Cook. I won a championship with Dalvin Cook and Kamara. But in dynasty, sometimes you gotta let these running backs go. You feel me? And get younger. I think I'm gonna try to do that today. I've been trying, but I sent some offers out. Nobody hit accept yet. But I think I'm gonna trade Alvin Kamara. He won me a championship with them 5 touchdowns on Christmas, and he's forever gonna be his jersey gonna be hanging up in my organization. But it might be time to let him go. I don't know. But if you made it this far, shout out to you for listening. Shout out to me for keeping it entertained. Episode number 232 of the Left Hand Labs podcast. Let's look at the Jason Burke tweet of the week so we can get the fuck out of here. Jason Burke. What you got to say, Jay Burke? Excuse me. I live in Rancho Mirage, California. Okay. There's a shortage of pilots in the United States, and I guess it is partially due to the increased problems in the industry in the past couple years. Amen. Okay, Jason Burke. Oh, and then, oh my God. You see the retweet? Thank God I didn't go scroll down. He be retweeting some crazy shit. Make sure y'all rate and review the podcast on the iTunes podcast app. Subscribe to the YouTube and shop Heirlooms on YouTube so y'all can watch the shit when it's live. And then we'd go an hour. We could talk about some shit for an hour if we had people in the chat. That we could bounce ideas and shit off of. And follow the podcast as well as the shop on all social media, but especially Twitter at Shop Heirlooms. Till next week, we out of here. Eyes open. Left Hand Labs podcast, episode 232, the OJ Mayo episode. Stop recording right here. Bang, like this. And